Good afternoon. I hope you are doing great. I hope everyone is doing great. We're still waiting for that CPI. It seems like something is wrong here. Something is wrong. Okay, let me check if maybe the stream is good. We left with very few minutes before the market, before the news. Okay. So I hope everyone is doing great, guys. We left with 11 minutes before CPI. But remember, I don't think it's going to be something that is going to be that crazy. Already, we are still focusing on the tariffs and stuff like that. So I don't think we're gonna have that crazy push or that crazy move from the market. On my side, it seems like everything it's okay. Unfortunately, I can't actually even see your comments. So yeah, then but I will see if once you send that, I think I will see that. So yeah, so let's see. Still waiting for them to release the news. For those who did not really watch my analysis, please guys go watch those. But I still going to go through that after we receive the news. So we have a resistance here. Maybe the market will break out of that, but we'll have to know what's really happening. Yesterday we were still actually on gold. We can see that it's not actually moving anywhere. So it means we just still actually at the right time to look for that continuation of that buy. But it seems like the market is still just playing around, but we will see what will happen. We will just wait and see. Yeah. So let's just wait few minutes. Let me place this here. Let me place this here. Or I will place this while we left. If we left with 5 minutes, we'll check that. So yeah, let's just wait. I'm actually preparing something very quick before 14:30. So what do you think, guys? What do you think? Do you think maybe we are going to look for nice buy or maybe selling? On my side, I think maybe yes. I think maybe the market might continue going up. I'm not thinking about selling or maybe a weaker number. I think CPI is going to be positive, which means that is going to be quite stronger, quite strong for. I mean, which means the dollar is going to be strong, and if it's going to be strong, we might see not bigger of a move from the market. I don't think the market is focusing on that. So, but we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see what will happen. So we left with 7 minutes. So if we can just do, let me check. So I'm still trying to do other things also on my side. So, but I see that we left with 6 minutes. So I will try to check what's really happening. Let's see USD at a very great level, but this one seems like it's gonna continue going down. Let's see GBP. On GBP, I think we might see a nice continuation of this nice bullish move there, but I don't think it's gonna be some crazy move. Actually, I'm not expecting any crazy move actually, especially today. Five minutes left. 5 minutes left. Very close to CPI. CPI numbers, you can see that. So sometimes this Forex factory can be a little bit slower. I think maybe it's because there is a lot of people who are accessing that. So yeah. Three minutes left before we see something. But these days, guys, this economic news, they actually disappoint. It's no longer like before, where the market go crazy. Where the market used to go crazy, but these days are just it's just those small moves. Actually, I can say they are we overvalue them. It's no longer like the same. similar to NFP. It's not really that over. What is the term? So it's not really, they no longer move like before. But anyways, we'll just have to wait and see if maybe something happens. But we left with 2 minutes. I can't see the comments, unfortunately. I don't know what's really happening with this. Okay, I can see Subusi. So good morning, good morning. How are you, man? Please, gold update. Okay, we left with 1 minute. Gold, it's actually on a very nice level where we can say there is a chance of going back. That's what I'm expecting. So which means we are on a very nice level to say, you know what, there is a chance of a nice move here. But still, we have to wait for CPI first. We left with very few seconds. I think 1 minute, sorry. So from there, it's where we're going to see. So US30, we've been actually holding US30. It was on a very nice profit. I'm expecting to see that reversal. I think at the moment, even though there is CPI and all that, I think the most important thing, it's still the tariffs that we were looking, or the tariffs that were just going up and down. So I will place this here. I don't know. I should, yeah, let me just place it here. So let's see. Less than 30 seconds. Hello, Brian. How are you, man? I hope you're doing great. So please, guys, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We left with 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, less than 5 seconds. So let's see if maybe the market will be going up or down. But the best thing here is to check gold. Most likely we'll see the moves that we want to see. But these days, as I said, it's no longer as interesting as before. But I see US tech is going up. So which means maybe the news are good. I hope maybe they updated that. Still pending. Oh, what? Whoa. The news are bad. The news are quite bad. So which means it's good. US30, Nasdaq, gold, I think they are going to fly. I think we are going to see them flying. So I think, yeah, this is actually good. I'm actually going to go back on this gold. As it seems like the numbers are not really good. Nasdaq 100, I think it's still going to continue. So yeah, I think it's still going to continue. I think I need to go back. I need to go back on gold. One way or another, I think gold is gonna still push the upside, but I will still also add Nasdaq. I think it's still gonna push to the upside, as the news were not really nice. So which means the dollar is quite weaker, and if the dollar is quite weaker, when it comes to interest rates, which are going to come very soon, I think there is enough room to cut those rates. At the moment, I think we're just going to relax and see what is going to happen. So I think gold is the one that I'm expecting it to go even higher. But I think maybe once the market opens, the market is going to open around 3:30, like we left with an hour before that. So, but I think we're going to have that continuation. So yeah, I think everything looks good. Everything just looks good, and I like what I see. I think this is going to be a very interesting week for us. So yeah, I like what I see. The news were not really that bad. I thought maybe they were going to be aggressively like on the positive side, but it seems like everything it's not really as bad as we thought. So watching from Zambia, thank you very much, my brother. Don't forget to smash that subscribe. Don't forget to smash that subscribe. My YouTube studio has some issues, so which means I don't really see the comments. I have to go on a different smartphone just to check this. But anyways, we can just continue. This is what I was talking. We don't really have those crazy moves like before, you see. So these events these days, I can say they are overrated. They are overrated. Nothing much happens here, but it's because there are different focus. We're focusing on tariffs, we're focusing on other things that takes their spotlight, you see. They only shine when there is nothing much that we need to focus at, especially CPI. It moves very nice. It moves very, very, very nice. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not expecting any crazy move, but at the end of the day, I think it's where we are going to see some nice push to the upside. Nice push to the upside. So yeah, let's go back on those economic events. Let's see. So on this economic event, let me tell you, the estimate or forecast, when we trade or in this trading space, we focus on what might happen, even though this was just an estimate. Even though the numbers are not really that bad, but just because the estimate was saying we might get 0.3, if we get anything less than that, it's actually a negative. That's why you see the color, it's red there. Even here, you can see that, okay, the number, it's not really that bad. It's 2.3. It shows us that it's actually lower compared to last month, because last month it was 2.4. Now it's 2.3, which means year-over-year prices went a little bit lower. But just because they failed to beat the estimates, what other analysts think, it means it's not really a good number. But we want this, because now when we have all these bad numbers, it means inflation is slowly going down, which means the prices are slowly going down. Plus, I like the fact that Trump and, let's say not Trump, US and China, they paused with the rates. That is going to be a very good thing. I think we're going to see the market going higher against the dollar, especially once the market opens. So we can now check maybe other pairs and see what's really happening with those pairs, the ones that are going against the dollar. So let's say GBP USD. Let's see. We can see GBP USD is trying to go a little bit higher. Let me see. Did we take? I think I did send this. Oh, GBP USD. We have that signal. We did have this, so I'm expecting it to go a little bit higher. So yeah. So I'm expecting to see the market going against the dollar. I'm expecting to see some very nice push, and I think that is going to be good going further. So CHF, USD CHF, let's see that. Okay, I think we had, yeah. USD JPY. There's nothing much. There's nothing much. So this economic news these days, they no longer move like before. They no longer move like before. So, which means we'll just focus, take our focus back to Nasdaq and the other ones. So yeah, let's see. US30, obviously, it's still going to go higher again. We had that signal yesterday, so I think we can place something here. I think on Nasdaq, we also have to get something. Let me send this to my team. Let me see. I think we are going to have this continuation of a very, very I think we did have some 220. Oh, it was a bit lower. Okay, I think I will be sending another different signals on my group. Buy stop. I think once the market opens here, we are going to see that continuation of that buy. The news were not in favor of the dollar, and we know that they want the dollar to be weaker so that Federal Reserve cut the rates, so that they can cut the rates. And for them to cut the rates, they have to make sure that the dollar is a little bit weaker. The dollar has to be weaker. I think for Nasdaq, let's see S&P. No, this ones, they're still good. So I think Nasdaq only is fine. Nasdaq alone, it's fine. So yeah. Yeah, I think the one that qualifies to have this, I think is going to be Nasdaq. The other ones, they're still playing games. So on Nasdaq, I think we have a very, very nice structure here. So which means we are no longer, we can see that we're breaking that resistance. So which means we can see the market going a little bit higher. We can see the market going a little bit higher. So I think once the market opens is where we're going to see some very nice moves. Once the market opens, it's where we're going to see some very, very nice moves. So let's see if maybe we have some comments. Any pairs that you want me to check, I will actually check that. Any pairs that you want me to check. How long to wait for gold to go higher? I think I don't know, but I think at the moment I can say we are at the levels where we can say the market, it's actually at the right level where we can say it might push up. You see that? Because we are not really far from this support area, so which means anytime it might push up. But the problem is sometimes you can see even here, sometimes the market will just play around the same levels before going higher. And this is 4 hours time frame. So if we can check that, it's like maybe 2 days there. I'm not saying it's gonna wait there for 2 days, but the market just plays around before it gives us this nice push. So what we know is as long as we're respecting this level, we might see the market going a little bit higher. The thing is, there are talks, Russia, Ukraine, all that. So they also have an effect on this moves, especially on gold. So sometimes we see something like that. Once there are talks, which looks to be positive on those geopolitics, gold tend to perform very poorly. So which means we might start to see it going lower. But since they did not start with the talks, I think at the moment we can just say we still expect to see the market going to the upside. So CAD JPY, PlayStation Games Collection. Okay. So let's see, CAD JPY. I was expecting, let me see. I think JPY, I was expecting something. Oh, I was expecting maybe a sell here, if I still remember, before the market breaks out. Let's see. So we had this nice move here. We can see that we're coming from a very proper. If maybe we can go on a daily time frame, maybe you will see that it's actually on a very nice downtrend. You can see that we're coming from this downtrend structure, and the market broke out of that. So now we can see the market is retesting here. So we expect the market to do what? To continue going actually higher. So if we go on a smaller time frame, we will see that this looks like a nice retest, but can we buy here? Because we say it looks like a retest. No. As long as the market created something on top of there, we can always mark that level. Let's go on a bit smaller time frame. We can say, you know what, for us to be safe, as the market broke out here, we expect the market to continue going up. So which means the market is no longer on that downtrend. Now the market is consolidating here, and it created a resistance, a smaller resistance there. It's not really that strong. So for us to say we're going to buy, don't buy here. Wait for the market to break this level. Then we can buy above that, because the market might just play around or continue going lower after. So what will you do? So the best thing is to mark this level and say, if the market crosses or intersect with this resistance, we're ready to look for that nice buy. Simple as that. So that's what I see there. So I think the best thing that we can do is to place that notification. So what I'm going to do, guys, around 3 o'clock, I will call it a day. Then after, because I have a class, then after that, let's say around 4, we'll be going live again. So we still have like 15 minutes to go. So you can draw it like this, and maybe just because the market broke out here, we expect a continuation of a buy, but the best thing is to place a notification here. Once the market crosses here, you know that, okay, it's our time to look for that continuation of a bullish structure. But if we check nicely, we can see that the market seems to be trying to retest there. The market is trying to retest. Even on a daily time frame, you can see a proper breakout. Then we have that where the market rejected. Once the market crosses that, we can say it's time for us to look for that bullish move. Any pair. Tato, thank you very much, man. Nasdaq and also US30, please. Okay, I will check that. I will also check that. So let's see. Let's go on Nasdaq. On Nasdaq 100. Or let's start with US30. Seems to be trying to reverse. So on US30, we have something like this. Someone is calling me. So let me try to take this call. No, it's fine. So let's see. So this is what we have on US30 on a daily time frame. This shows us that we are no longer on this nice downtrend. So now we expect the market to do what? To continue going up. I hope maybe that is clear. So now we can change our time frame maybe to a bit reasonable time frame, just to see what's really happening. So on US30, we already identified everything. You can see that. So now, since the market broke out here, we can see that the market is willing to continue with this nice uptrend. You see that? We actually expect the market to continue with that uptrend. So what we can do here is we can throw something like that. And on top there, we're not saying this is on a downtrend. Yes, the market might reverse on this nice resistance area, because that's how the market moves. We see here the market created this sort of a ranging. So even here, the market might might break out and range again, but at the end of the day, this is just going to be a nice uptrend. So at the moment, we can say, yes, the market is still actually on a bullish move, but we can see it's actually struggling to go even lower. So this move is not really different. It's not really different from this one here, that move. So which means the market might just play around before going up. Even here, the market might do that before going up. Do you see that? So which means we have to be extra careful around this level. So I'm still expecting to see the market going up as we just broke out, which means we expect the market to continue going up like that. Plus CPI, it was actually bad. Tariffs, they are now back to normal percentage. So which means at the moment things are looking good. And you know what? They might cut the rates because CPI seems to be going lower and lower. Remember, we're still going to have retail sales and PPI this week. So if they all go down, I'm expecting to see the market, especially on the indices, to push to the upside. I hope maybe that makes sense. So I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish on US30. So once the market crosses here, I will be ready to go in. If it reaches this area, I will also be ready to get in here. But I'm not going to look for any sell. I will be looking for some bullish moves. So on Nasdaq 100, yeah, we smashed Nasdaq very nice. This week, I think it was yesterday, Friday, and yesterday, things were just looking good. So, but it's obvious because if you can check, we are no longer on this. We are no longer on this downtrend. So we expect the market to do what? To continue going higher and higher. So which means we expect to see a continuation of that uptrend. So, and the news are looking good. So which means we can expect some very nice moves from now on. So this is what we have. You can see from these areas, this is what happened. It's currently happening on US30. The market is just playing around this level. So expect a breakout. So even here on Nasdaq, I think we see the quite similar structures. But what I like here, you can see the market created something like that. Even here, but I think the market is quite bullish here. So I'm expecting to see the market breaking out. So the decision here is because of CPI. CPI did not really perform very well, which means it will make the US tech or stocks to be positive because we're expecting a weaker dollar, which means it's good for the stocks. I think maybe that makes sense. So, but where we are, it's actually on the resistance. So you can wait a little bit for the clear breakout before you jump in. But since this is a continuation, so there is no point waiting for a retest or something like that. So you just jump in if you want to jump in. I'm not saying go buy things. I'm just telling you what I see. So yeah, let's see AUD, NZD. Okay. AUD, NZD. Please, guys, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Gold is still around the same level. So we're still waiting for the market to open. So yeah. Let's see. AUD, NZD. AUD New Zealand. Let's see what's really happening here. Firstly, let's see. What is the trend here? I think the trend is quite straightforward. We're coming from a downtrend, now an uptrend, and quite aggressive one. So now what we can do is try to draw our proper trend. We can see that the market is doing something like that, which is good. So let's do this. Let's do that. So let's try to connect. You can start from the top, going down. It's also fine. but it has to make sense. So let's see. I did not really draw it nice. We don't really have to cut through other candlesticks. So which means you can start somewhere here. I can see it connects very nice. And at the end of the day, we have something like that. So we can say, let's do double lines, because this is a zone. See that? So this is what we have. And if we can go closer, maybe we will find something here. I think the market already showed us that it's respecting this level here. But from this area, we also see something inside. Do you see that? So this is also going to be another counter or inner trend line. The market is still continuing doing this trend, but we are still inside another trend. So just to make sure that you understand, we might draw maybe a support there, but it's no longer necessary because the market already is far away from that level. I think around this area, we had something. And another one, I think this area here, if we draw something, you can see we have a zone there, and maybe the last one around that. So yeah, let's see if maybe we can go on 1 hour just to see this nicely. You are not forced to draw stuff that you don't really understand. If they don't really make sense, don't force them. Don't force it. Draw what you understand, because you have to explain. If we say explain what you have drawn there, it has to be an easy thing for you. So we can say we have something like this. You see that? So we are actually on a very nice bullish move here. So, and the market is actually on this support. So which means we can say every time the market comes closer, oh, let me draw it here. Let me draw it here. So let's see. Okay. So sorry, this is an area that actually the market is creating a support. So which means every time the market comes closer to that level, it's actually where we can look for that buy. I hope maybe that makes sense. So yeah, the overall structure here, we can see that it's actually a nice bullish move, but we still have a very stronger support down there. I hope maybe that makes sense. Yeah. Let me check AUD JPY. Yes, let me check that. I will check that. AUD JPY, AUD JPY. Let's that. AUD JPY. AUD JPY. Let's that. Okay. It seems like the other markets are performing very well against a JPY. I don't know if maybe it was interest rates or something, but it seems like it's been weaker for quite some time. So with this analysis, guys, I said around 3 I will be going out, then I will come back after that. So with this structure here, to me, this is a proper downtrend without even thinking twice. I think the market is moving like that. You can see the line on top there. So the bottom one is not really important because this is a resistance area. So, and I think the best way we can start it from around this level, because this maybe was a previous trend. an uptrend. So what we can do is we can zoom a little bit. We can zoom that. Let's zoom before we can draw. Sometimes a daily time frame can also work. I'm not saying use it every day, but we can do it like that. We can also try to draw with it. So if I try to draw everything there, okay, it seems like the market is breaking out there. Do you see that? Seems like the market is breaking. Okay, let's see. Very nice structure, by the way. Very nice one. So let's go back on our 4 hours. So if you drawn your lines very nice, it doesn't really matter whether you go in on 4 hours time frame or 1 hour. Most likely they're just going to stay the same. Not on MT4 or MT5. If you draw the lines on MT whatever, when you change the time frame, even the lines start to go crazy. So sometimes you don't do the analysis on MetaTrader. So now we have a breakout here, so which means we expect a nice continuation of that, but not so fast. If we can check nicely, it seems like around this area it was something. That area, it was a previous resistance. So let's mark that. We can mark this level. So for us to be quite safe in this, we can say, you know what, we can even draw maybe this to go a little bit back, just for you to see that this zone, around this zone, not exactly, you can see it's where the market used to respect. You see these areas, passed a little bit here, another one there, also here. So now the market is also going through that cycle. So the question is, and we can see, if I can zoom there, you can see that the market also gave us a nice rejection there. You see that? So for us to say we're going to look for that buy, especially when the market broke out of this resistance, we can say, for us to be safe, let's wait for the market to go above this area before we jump for that buy. So there's nothing, there's no point to rush, especially when there is a structure. But we no longer care about these ones here, because we're looking at the closer one. The one that are very close is the ones that are very, very important. So the first one there is very important. So if the market breaks here, we can say, yes, it's obvious the market is changing the trend, then we will be starting to look for those buy positions. Or else, maybe the market might respect and continue going back on the previous trend. It's possible. Sometimes the market breaks just to adjust. If maybe the market was just going down like this aggressively, sometimes the market will recover aggressively. And once you think it's a buy, boom, then the market continues going back again. It's possible, way too possible. So I hope maybe that makes sense. And let me check another one. For now, guys, I think it's now the rain. So I have a session which I need to check. So the best thing that you can do at the moment is to smash that subscribe button around 4. Make sure that you come back here, because we're just going to continue. We want to see what is the market actually doing once the market opens, because we expect the market to push higher, especially when we had a weaker CPI. So which means we are still going to go back for another hour. So for now, I think it's good for now. Then we'll be bouncing back very quick. So thank you very much. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. So yeah, thank you.